Without wasting a second, let me share how smart software developers work with a brand new project. Pro developer will not start the coding immediately. Instead, the first step is something else. Understand the problem. If you are a programmer, your primary aim should be solve a problem, and programming is just a tool. As a smart developer, you should know which problem you are trying to solve and for whom. Let me share with an example. Let's say you have to build a weather application that will show the weather for next 30 days. So you know your users are grown up. The next question is how they will use it and what are the requirements for the application. Will it be a web application and they use it on the desktop? Or it's a mobile application and work only on mobile? Or it should work on all devices? Did you notice what a pro developer tried to establish? Clarity. And a pro developer will not assume anything at this stage. He just asks the questions. In my opinion, questioning is the first form of intelligence. If you will not ask questions, you will not get the answers. It's that simple. And there are many questions that you can ask at this stage. How many users will use it? What exact functionality users need? What level of interactivity is expected? What is the deadline for initial launch? Are there any legal considerations for data privacy? And the list goes on. But hope now you're getting the idea. Now once requirement phase is complete, it's all about planning. And once you thoroughly understand the problem, the next step is planning. Planning is not only how you go from point A to point B, but also to ensure the journey is efficient, scalable, and adaptable to future changes. Let's continue with the weather application scenario. Now that you have a clear understanding of what is needed, and it's time for a robust plan. Begin with an outline. Start by outlining the core functionality and features of the application. For example, the ability to display 30-day weather forecast, user notification for severe weather alerts, or a historical weather data section. Also, you have to decide the technical stack of the project, whether it's a mobile application, web application, or it should support all. Choosing the right framework, technology is crucial. Break down the project into smaller, manageable tasks and modules, assigning specific tasks to different members of the team, or tackling them in an organized manner. It ensures that project stays on track and manageable. Timeline estimation. Provide an estimated timeline for each task and for the project as a whole. It's essential to have a clear vision for the deadlines of the project to ensure timely delivery. Lastly, stay flexible. A well-laid plan is not rigid, but one that allows for adjustment as new information or challenges come to light. Planning. A pro developer does not dive into the coding. He invests his time in creating a well-thought-out plan to ensure that the solution not only meets the current requirement, but it also builds on the foundation that accommodates future growth and changes seamlessly. This planning stage is what sets apart a proactive developer from a reactive one, leading to a more successful project outcome and a satisfied end users. As you transition into the coding phase, remember, writing code is the bridge between the planning and the perfect solution. It is the stage where ideas change into reality. A pro developer knows that this phase demands a perfect blend of creativity, logic, and technical knowledge. Here is how a smart developer navigates through this stage. It all starts with set up a robust development environment. It includes like choosing the right IDE, setting up the right version control, and ensuring a good bug tracker system in the place. Coding standards and best practices. Coding standards ensure consistency, readability, and maintainability. Following best practices like naming conventions, commenting, and maintaining a clean code structure is important. Error handling and debugging. Incorporate robust error handling to catch and address unexpected scenarios. A proficient developer spends a good amount of time on debugging the solution to ensure that application runs smoothly under all conditions. Version control is the key. Regular commits to a version control system is like a documentation of your project. It facilitates collaboration and allows for easy rollback in case of an issue. Code review and refactoring. Periodic code review and refactoring are crucial for maintaining code quality, learning, and sharing knowledge among the team. It's an opportunity to catch bugs, improve code quality, and ensure alignment with the project's coding standards. Testing. Try to use a mix of testing methodologies like unit testing, integration testing, and system testing to ensure the application is bug-free and meets the specific requirements. Don't expect all from the QA team to find the bugs. With every line of code, a smart developer not only aims to solve the current problem, but also anticipates and paves the way for future enhancements. And the next is testing. In software development, testing is the backbone that ensures a developer's code not only functions as intended, but also under all different conditions. Let me highlight again, do not assume that QA team will find all the bugs. You are the owner of your code. So it's important to make sure your code is working as per expectations. Let's navigate to the key points of testing from developer's point of view. Start with unit testing, the smallest testable part of your application in isolation. This is the developer's role to ensure that each unit of code performs accurately and efficiently. By embracing unit testing, developers create a safety net, catching bugs at the early stages and fostering code that is less error prone. Second type of testing that developer can do is integration testing. While the unit testing is proven to be solid, it's time to ensure they play well together. Integration testing is about making sure that different pieces of your modules or different modules of your application interact seamlessly. And the other is functional testing. Functional testing is the high level of testing where developers ensure that the application's functionality align with the requirements. This phase checks the system to ensure it behaves as expected in various scenarios, ensuring the satisfaction of end-user needs. Testing is not a stage, but it's a journey that starts from developers. Through careful testing, a developer not only improves the code, but also gets better at their craft. This leads to creating software that is polished, trustworthy, and strong. And fifth point is feedback and iteration. A smart software developer knows that the completion of initial testing is not the end, but rather a stepping stone toward achieving a polished, efficient, and user-friendly solution. Once the working version of the project is ready and tested, it's time to gather feedback, and this could come directly from the end users. It's important to have a system in place to collect and organize this feedback effectively. Keep in mind, not all feedback have the same level of importance or urgency. Analyzing the feedback to understand its implication and prioritizing it based on factors such as impact, effect required, and alignment with project goals is crucial. And once you have a prioritized list of improvement, dive back into the code and make the necessary tweaks. This is where a well-structured code base from earlier steps will pay the dividend. With each iteration, there's an opportunity to reflect on what went well and what did not, and why. Learning from each project and each iteration within the project contributes to personal and team growth. Throughout this process, maintaining open and clear communication with all involved parties is the key. It ensures that everyone is on the same page about changes, expectations, and the evolving state of the project. And here is a bonus tip: logs management. Logs are a critical component. In the kingdom of software development, think of logs as wise person. They hold knowledge about the events and happening within the software. A smart developer recognizes the importance of logs and ensure that they are adequately implemented. When unforeseen issues arise, they are the first place a developer will look to begin the detective work of troubleshooting. And the final bonus tip is be solution-oriented. In the face of challenges, a solution-oriented developer roll up their sleeves and dive into the issue with a constructive mindset. They take ownership of the code they write, and they're willing to learn from mistakes. This attitude toward problem solving not only enhances personal growth, but contributes significantly to the project's success and the team's overall effectiveness. And finally, if you want to learn more about a programming mindset, how developers think, how they write code, what are the thought process behind their programming coding, watch this video. Also, I will add the link in the description. And thanks for watching.